I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling pretty good about these things. If I'm being completely honest, completely butcher the intro, you know what, whatever, we're gonna keep rolling with it anyway. Hello, welcome back to more Let's Play Phoenix Wright Justice for All. I'm the max a few trades in the last part. I think I got this whole situation figured out, no problem. What? What is wrong, Maya? You should be ecstatic at the fact that I'm about to prove you mega innocent. Yes? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me? Yeah. Why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. She seems to hide behind physical abuse. I don't know if that's really a good benchmark for strength. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time all by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. Oh, it tempered her cold, dark soul into a pure diamond. I was sort of trying to go with, like, her heart is made of coal, because she's clearly a jerk face, but saying it like got crushed into a diamond implies that there's more to... There might be more to her. I don't know. And then you look at me, and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. Yes, but you're much more likable. So, I mean, you got that going for you. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. Again. But I think you're really strong too, Maya. For all you've gone through. Again, 2 murder trials that you've been framed for. It's not good. Good morning! The 2 of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Oh, you tiny child. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Eh? What do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. That's not good. Although I guess I can, you know, throw suspicion on her, as she plays a large role in this. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness. Pearl, you and your comical misunderstandings. Pearly, not this again. It's funny because she harasses Maya about it too. Please, can you do this for us, Pearl? Oh, all right, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later, then. I'll leave you to your alone time. You tiny child. Thank goodness. Nick, this way Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Oh, her mom may kind of, sort of, you know, been an accomplice to murder and is probably going to be going to prison. Really, she's going to be going through a lot of stuff in the near future, and I'm just trying to alleviate some of the trauma. You shall see. Rubble, 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 rubble. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I am angry and whip-happy. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. I mean, I did get the, like, grand Mac Daddy of all prosecutors and that dude's boss. you know, I caught them as murderers because they totally were. It was pretty great. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. Okay, well, to be fair, she didn't really have much of a choice. That's the only reason I'm giving her slack about this. The famous one is me. Yes, you're so famous, I'd never heard of you until very recently. I'm the prodigy who's never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Until today. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. Uh-huh. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. No one cares, though. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Fey. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. No, those are just 2 particularly insanely strong-willed women. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. And this key is proof of that. Now, watch as Von Karma pulls all sorts of nonsense out of her behind in order to make it more complicated than it needs to be. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. All right, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. Well, that's a load of hooey. But Miss Von Karma, how do you explain this picture? Are you saying, then, that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I'm saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key. You see, it makes perfect sense as to why this random third person had a gun and blood all over. That's stupid. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? Baselessly tossing out lie after lie after lie in the hopes of sending an innocent person to prison for life? I mean, I'm the good guy, I guess. Like, what the hell do these prosecutors get up in the morning and say to themselves to make any of this make any sense to them? I don't get it. It's like, yes, I do believe I'm going to get some innocent people thrown in prison today. Ha-ha! As they wave their finger around like Dr. Evil. Like, I don't... What brought you to this? Why do you hate people so much? Just as I suspected. Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. Not as torn as the clothing she's forced to wear, but, you know. She brought the candle with her! Witness, name, and occupation. My name is Morgan Fay, and I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? And physical abuse to the judge. Pretty sure that this entire trial would get thrown out, and you would probably get arrested. Just throwing that out there. There's kangaroo court, and then there's wallaby court, and that's where we are right now. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? As in you shushed and shooed everyone out of the way so you could do crimes. Yep, that's correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world, that is. Yes, that is. Ah! You be quiet. He's the freaking judge! Now, witness, something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Oh, good. They've conspired to tell lies. Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. You might be wondering, hey, why didn't I tell anybody that? Well, I'll tell you about it. The fact of the matter is, I hadn't come up with a lie yet. And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. God, that hair. Order, order, order. Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best, but, you know, I'm trying to play the victim here, so... I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. With a gun. Alright. You best be testifying! After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. Those two being me and Lada, or Phoenix and Lada. It's weird. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police, and then I forcibly ejected them out so that I may conspire with a murderer and commit crimes! A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. And also an entirely separate person, which is funny. Interesting. Then quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. And I guess nobody noticed or saw. That doesn't make any sense. With great strength, she hit me the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. For you see, I am a big loser weenie pants, and I cannot fight. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Although she apparently ended up back in the chamber, that's stupid. Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. So you're covering up your lie with another lie? You're making yourself a lie sandwich. And last I checked, you can't eat lie. Because that's like, I think it's corrosive or something. I'm not sure. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You see, I conspired with her to make her lie to court. Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. You might say she's as smart and sly as she is blatantly, obviously evil. It's gonna be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. I swear! Somebody take that frickin' cup away from her! Explain! Just now, you said those two. Who are the two you were referring to? I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Lotta's not a foreigner despite how she talked. Yeah, I never understood that. Oh, is that so? I simply could not understand her atrocious English, not to mention she looked awful. Why are you such a jerk? I can already see people in the Heartland gearing up for a riot. In any case, I've already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright. Ha! You are not going to have to pay for that, Phoenix. Don't worry about it. What did you do after that, I say? Yes, you did shoo us out. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. As someone apparently escaped because you're bad at your job, is what you're telling us. That is a good point. At the time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another. Another what, madame? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. Well, that's a big pile of stupid. I question further. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? Was it to commit crimes? You must testify! Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. Oh. The lives of both the good sir and the camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself as I lied to you all so I could commit more crimes! I will not let that go until you are tried. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fay. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you. Does she normally watch people sleeping? Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fay, please continue. I am never satisfied. I am Phoenix Wright. Hoya! During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement, or are you a liar? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie, much like all I say. So you lied to everyone. Why would you lie about something like that? It's very painful for me to say this, however. The witness was lying to cover for the defendant, you see. And I am lying to cover for her lies. Question further! So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes, it was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Really? Renegade? Wait. Ow! Why you gotta abuse them? The witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there is always later. Yes, very well. Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Probably from all that aquarium gravel you ate. Now, witness, continue with what happened. I press you! Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing. However, yes, I am frail and old and stupid and not great at things, and I have a dumb haircut! But you're physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Oh, now what? Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about the picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fey. Blacken! Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. I'm very old! Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called, who was, what, marginally older? Okay, well, if they were, let's assume, okay, I don't know, 2 to 3 years older? I doubt it was that big a difference. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would. However, I was apparently knocked unconscious, and then woke up before anyone could find me. That seems a little silly. You fainted. I became dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor. Luckily, my head was insulated with this hair, so, you know, no brain damage. How long were you unconscious? Precisely 17 years. I don't know, 10 minutes maybe? And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time. Happy witness? No, happy? Witness elaborate on that point? I'm afraid I have no knowledge about that. That's a lie and you know it, you liar. Is that because you were unconscious? Or because you're a liar? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's obvious, good sir. Leave me to my chamomile, if that's true. Then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Actually, now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. If you got knocked unconscious, how do you know jiggity jack about anything? It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. Luckily, I prepared a lie. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that, you big nerd? It means she has another witness up her sleeve, that's what. Oh, that's good. It's probably going to be the actual murderer. This is good for us. It looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there's nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. Well, this isn't going to come back and bite us on the butt. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Allow me to bring out a witness who claims to have been asleep the entire time. Wow, okay, why are you such a butt? Be quiet, you. I am breaking the law. Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone, and this someone that they spoke to decided to not say anything about it until you made up the lie. The prosecution calls Miss Miney, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Miney, the murderer? I think you can see where this is headed. Witness, name, and occupation. Okay. So, my name is, Miney. I'm, researching, parapsychology stuff at the, university or whatever. What is this parapsychologostomy? Let's see. It's I guess most people call it occult stuff. Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. And I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Miney, Meeny, Moony, Mane, Mano. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? No, actually. You see, I completely didn't even think of making that lie. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine for my sake. He is a wishy-washy, wish-wash old man who just wants to play on the slide. Okay, when the channeling started, I was sleeping, y'all. A little later, someone came into the room, all of a sudden, it was bananas. It was oh, dang, it was my sister. And, again, I decided to not tell anyone this. I, hadn't seen her in, so long. I was so happy in, a sad way. My sister, she, told me something, totally terrible. You say words. Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Oh, right. Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at the time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yee. Me, mamo. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well, what's this? Witness! Talk about your witnessing things. In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Do I have to? Of course. Miss Miney, please. Well, I do want to get away with murder. My sister, this is what she said to me, okay? So, get this noise. That was no accident. Oh, hey! It's the line we got at the beginning of this whole thing. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. Or, much more likely, you just decided that you wanted revenge. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it, Eenie? She took her revenge. Are you sure that's what she said? Yee. There, you satisfied, Your Honor? The spirit inside of the defendant is the murderer. Therefore, really, pretty sure she should be acquitted. But you know what? It's weird. It's weird how this game tackles the supernatural. It either believes it or it doesn't. We need better laws. I still can't believe it. can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It's a bit hard to swallow, but I'll hit you until you think I'm right. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this is the truth. Darp. The end. That's adorable there. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for, except for all of the massive loose ends we've left. This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Ah! Stop reading my mind, woman! What do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone, if you have a hole punch. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine the witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this moida. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolish drabble. Yeah, well, we'll see how that happens when you start flop sweating, you goddamn pompous buttwig. Ugh. It's hard coming up with sustainable insults that don't include swear words. All right, fine. Prepare to be examined in a crossing way. Shut your face hole! Was that because of your, sesame allergy, was it? Like, that's right. I, think there were sesame seeds, in the lunch they served that day. Dang, I had this, premonition that it was gonna totally be a seedy day. Yes, indeedy. I see. Am I the only one who missed the boat here? Anyway, did you see, you were taking a nap. Well, then what happened? Or is that a lie? Do you know the time? Maybe a little before 11 a.m.? Something like that, I think. 11 a.m.? There's no time of death in this! Yeah, my stomach is totally ready for, food. Ah, no, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant what time was it when someone came into your room? Oh, that's what you meant. You should have been clear. Yep, sorry, my bad. I forgot that you're stupid. Or pretending to be stupid. We'll find out. No, it's okay, it's really. That's it? I just stopped mid-sentence! Did I? So, what were I talking about again? Never mind. Witness. Or was it? Maybe it was you, because you were the only one in the room. Because you're a murderer! Are you absolutely sure? I guess. You guess. Was it or was it not your sister who entered? I don't know. I mean, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, the defense rests. This lady is madcap stupid. That was a colossal waste of our time. Much like your entire life, Miss Von Karma. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Mimi Miney? Because the fact remains, I'm going to win this trial. And you will have wasted everyone's time dragging it out longer just for the sake of your ego. Much like your father, you shall fall. Although you haven't committed a murder, so you won't go to prison, but you'll still be ostracized, and I'm okay with that. Happy in a sad way? That's not even a real emotion. Yeah, it was my dang sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one again in a completely out of character outfit and a different hairstyle and covered in blood? But maybe if I was someone who didn't know about that, the occult, but I know all about that channel and stuff. The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister. Yeah, like what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? Absolutely not. The force spikes in the back of my head say I want the truth. So you really didn't think anything strange to that whole encounter at all? No, there wasn't any reason for me to think anything was strange. Ow, you hit me. Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase objection? Could you try using that once in a while? Ya jerk. Mr. Wright. Look, I have to wonder. Someone must have made, at some point, some kind of parody of this series where Phoenix is just as aggressive and bombastic as the prosecutors, and he just makes them look like idiots. That sounds awesome! Is it really that important? Yeah, actually, no, it is very important. She was covered in freaking blood. You didn't think that was weird? It's very important. Although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I gotta bluff her now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. All right, Mr. Wright. Miss Miney, please amend your testimonial. Okay, sure, whatever. Wow, and her costume looked like totally normal. Is that an actual factual fact? Action Jackson. Because I can't help but notice all of the blood. That was a very well-spun line, Miss Eney. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well-constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Miney, may I remind you of what you said? Oh, that music is the music of, you did the right thing, but ultimately the rug is going to get pulled out from under you anyway. It's not until we get the real dun 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 music that we know that we're in the clear. You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance, despite the fact that she was wearing a weird costume and hair. Like, yeah, and? But I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. Look at all the blood! I have to wonder, how did you get blood there specifically? Why not on the middle of you? Why just on, that just seems odd. This is a picture of the sister you met. I'd think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared to you covered in blood holding a freaking gun! The blood spray. How could I not have accounted for the blood spray? Oh yeah, you sweating. You're getting real stinky now, lady. Miss Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you probably would have noticed that right off the bat. Yeah, you better eat your hat, you nerd. Order, order! Miss Miney, what is the meaning of this? Well, I was lying, Miss Miney. Whoa, I'm thinking, don't interrupt me. Oh, okay. And just as I suspected. And now you're preventing the judge from speaking to her. They gotcha. I can't help but notice that when she opened her eyes, it looked exactly, and I mean exactly like the person in the picture. That witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry, didn't mean to snap and turn into who I truly is, a psycho killer. Now hurry up with the testimony, if you please. This judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's gonna be. Part 2! Like, the side room was, like, kind of dark, you know? So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? The blood, it blended right in, y'all. Even though the blood was on the white parts, not the purple parts, so that makes no sense. But I'm guessing that's probably not the lie I'm trying to find here. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something all like that. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Did you? Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood, even if it didn't make sense. You think? Thanks, Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Hail to the nah, to the nah, to the hell. All right, I guess not. Sometimes Phoenix can glare. It's always wondrous. Very well, you may question the witness. Okay. I'm a little bit interested in this specifically. Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. Pretty calm for a psycho killer. I guess maybe, like, taking a revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better? I don't know. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better. She says with her whip at the ready, are you implying that you will commit a murder? And like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's no good. Can't find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes this testimony. If you don't do whatever the rest of that word was, he'll win the trial. I know. You have to give it another shot. Doesn't matter how many times we listen. We can't give up. Fine. Even with all the sunlight? Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. And now, I see you found a very clear contradictory hole. However, I am a wordsmith and shall manage to completely throw this entire line of thinking into disarray. That's right. Excuse me, but how is my statement any more subjective than hers? You are such a hopeless cause, witness. You may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Phoenix's life is a never-ending source of horrors and awfulness. He just wants respect. Even though it was bleeding on the white parts, you didn't see the blood. Like, yeah. She must have had the gun with her at that time as well. That's, Are you gonna tell me next that you didn't notice the gun either? I, like, totally didn't. All I was looking at was, like, her face. Continue. Yeah, that seems like a big pile of baloney. You want some mustard on that baloney for your lie sandwich, woman? And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Mimo, like at the time? Well, she was like totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray, even though you said it was calm. Okay. But I think like she knew she did something really bad, like murder. And like she said she wanted to go with me to like apologize to Miss Morgan for the murder. Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, when do you mean? When you, were going to the crime scene? Did you notice anything at all? Something that seemed kind of odd as you walked through the area? I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Let's press harder on that noise. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think Mr. writes that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the chamber is all that important? It's so important that I don't even know what's going on anymore. I ask because it is the most important. I can unravel this entire phony baloney nonsense with this sort of nonsense. So come on now. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, didn't see anyone on the way. Oh, so I know she's kind of tiny. I know she's kind of quiet. But you trying to tell me you didn't see this tiny child fixing up an entire freaking urn with on a blanket with some super glue? Are you trying to tell me that? I don't think so. You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that is completely and totally impossible. Like, what do you mean? I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So what about this child? Yeah, well, you have a face of condescending punkery. It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. The garden? Yeah, the garden. Yep. Which means anyone walking through the area would have to have seen her. So, Miss Miney, what do you have to say about that? Whoa, damn, that's creepy. Nyarr! As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at the time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing preposterous? Yeah, if only she wasn't doing a gargantuan arts and crafts project in the middle of the frickin' hallway. It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. What? Sort of foolish? There's no way someone walking along the winding way could not have noticed Pearl. Because of the pot? There we go. The urn is my proof. An old cracked clay pot? What is that going to prove? Do you know why it is the cracked? It's because Pearl broke it. That's why. She broke the urn. Ow! Why? Why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? Oh, that's probably because I am. I am about to pee on your parade! Casting the song of storms up in here. This urn was broken around the time the channeling started. Ah, and Pearl was the one who put it back together. While standing in the middle of the winding way. She was also crying. What? You're trying to tell me you didn't see a tiny child sobbing to herself fixing a pot? And that the tiny child didn't notice you? Or your bloodied ghost sister? Miss Miney, why are you such a liar who lies? Pearl was there, in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work, putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. So why are you lying? If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I love this part. I know that it's obvious they're gonna throw a couple more wrenches into me, but for the brief moment here, I'm winning, and it makes me happy. I think I've sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar! Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness, what with her lying lies that lie liishly. And I just hit my funny bone on my desk. Aha! So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. Could you have possibly been, you know, murdering someone? The witness just testified about that. Yeah, I did do that. I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Or is she a big, fat liar? Was she really in that room? No. Yeah, no. That's some baloneyum right there. Your lies end here. What are you... The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible, because there's clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where is this contradiction? It's in her testimony just now. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement. Check this noise. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So, like, what does that, like, have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Miney, how did you know that fact? How? I concede that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the winding way. But look at the manor guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yeah, that's right, Your Honor, which is why I ask this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Could it be in the middle of murdering? Miss Miney, please answer the question. The court would like a full explanation of your chicanery. Oh, great. She's doing her stupid little face. Don't ask a question off a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you put it on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah, the only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was this lady. So now is the time to priggity prove it. Okay. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was they? Well, I'll tell you where they was. I'm about to show it. She was in the channeling chamber. Miss Miney was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? Yeah, that's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime. And you might be wondering what she's doing there. I'll tell you what she was doing there. Committing a crime. Order, order, order. That is okay, you hit me. Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? No, if anything, I've merely gained clarity over the years. Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Well, I can see how someone who's stupid and didn't actually look through all of the evidence and clues and everything would possibly come to that conclusion, but seeing as how you seem to become somewhat incompetent at your job and seem to lie entirely off of intimidation and physical violence to get your points across, I can see how you might have missed it. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Yeah, you were. Where? Where was I hiding? I'm gonna say maybe behind the frickin', this thing. Here, of course. But behind the folding screen? Are you gonna go, oh, but Miss Lotta said, don't recall yesterday's testimony? There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. Oh, see, you stupid jerk? Quit being so quick to pin it on me, Slimeball. You're gonna destroy that thing. It's looking like mozzarella. It's like she's aggressively kneading the dough for a pizza. Now, Miss Miney, one so young as you shouldn't be saying. Shut it, Gramps! As if you know exactly how old I am. You're 21. I'm sorry? Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. Oh, that's the smug face of someone who really would like to get not caught for murder. With the help of this? Miss Miney, how you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is actually really simple. You were hiding inside this box. The oldest trick in the book, the old in-a-box routine. That tiny little box, no person could fit in that. Well, except for Lotta. Lies and slander. Sorry, but your theory's already been disproven. Lotta disproved it when she was hiding from me in it. But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Not at the time of the crime, you nerd. Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right, I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright, do you think you can prove where it was? Yeah, I can, with a little bit of evidence. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove his clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. You see, you remember this hole from earlier? Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing. Egads! Look at this evidence! I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground, you say? Well, that just seems convenient. I shall scratch my chin as I ponder these ponderous thoughts. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height. That's right. Oh, hey, what do you know? You can keep up. Good for you. You're really earning your degree now. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is where the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen, miraculously not killing, I guess. I'm guessing when they drugged Maya and stuffed her in there. Because she said she was feeling cramped and like buried underground. That would make sense with the clothing box. I guess she just was miraculously completely not shot. That's lucky. Would have made the whole thing not go too well for you guys if the person you were framing also died. It went through the screen and then into the box. Noggin! Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. Woo! That was a pretty weak scream, but I can't wake people up in the house. Order, order, order. Then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Miney? That's exactly what I'm saying. And it looks like Mo is the killer, which is her. I'm not good at wordplay, but you get my point. Miss Eenie Meenie, you were hiding inside the clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? What are you, a parrot? I know you're not. I cross-examined one once. She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No. Stop. I can't stand to listen any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. The whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do that all by herself. That's true. It's not possible. I guess you are capable of figuring out obvious things. Good for you. It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow. Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy? What are you, some kind of flying stupid? Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? Are your ears a little gunked up, or do you need to, physically abuse people to try and get your way again? What? You can't be serious! Miss Miney, you had an accomplice. Big Hair McCandle Drinker! This person! If it wasn't someone from the Kurain village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fey household, you wouldn't have had that box to use. Morgan Fay? Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Miney? You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? All right, which one of you is doing it? Whoa, she's screaming. Oh, she's on her last legs. I think this is what really happened. Let me lay down some niggity knowledge for y'alls. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a mighty swell wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then, the channeling started, and the drugs kicked in, I guess. The murderer crept silently towards the other 2, both of whom had their eyes closed at the time, and also apparently couldn't hear a full-grown woman emerging from a clothing box behind a folding screen. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes, ba-bang. Dr. Gray was not dead yet! With the last of his strength, he fired a shot as an attacker. At floor level, 8 inches off the ground. Makes sense. And that's why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground, and the box, and the costume sleeve. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and kablammo! After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber using pure manliness. Click. Miss Miney, she immediately covered her own costume with blood. Click. That would explain why it's in such a weird spot, and pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through. Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fay chased us out. Everyone get the hell out of here! I need you to not see the crimes. Go quickly and inform the police! Get the po-po! Before there are more victims! What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind the murder. Anybody got an objection? Because I've got more. I haven't used all my evidence. Oh! Someone's having a laughing fit breakdown. Who is that? Laughing at a time like this. Ow. Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry, are you still by chance evolving? What? Are you trying to imply I haven't crawled out of the primordial ooze? Miss Von Karma, surely. Of course it was me. Oh, you're the laughing. Congratulations, you're a hyena. That's not something to be proud of. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? What in the world? Well, considering how incredibly petty your father was when he murdered a man, I'm gonna say yeah, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act? What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Wait, are you talking about a motive? To avenge her dead sister, duh! Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, that high-pitched scream you wailed out during that brief flash montage. Yeah, that was the scream of innocence. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Miney want to kill Dr. Gray? What is her motive? Again, to avenge her sister who she thinks is responsible for the one who killed her. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive, except for all of this motive I'm holding. Motive? I can't say she has no motive. I have to think of what a motive. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray? Phoenix, are you absolutely nutso right now? The reason you wanted her dead was articles about the car. Yeah! Your damn dead sister! Ha! Just as I thought, you bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. Just great. Now even she is calling me by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Are you insane? That incredibly believable motive? That's just silly. Yes! Because through that accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid! No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? You mean other than the fact that you yourself said you believed that that's what happened earlier? And you want to say I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps! I'm, like, going to explain, so, like, please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, like, wanted revenge, then, like, I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, like, the guy that thought of the spirit thing was, like, Dr. Gray. It was, like, a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know? And she's back to this. However, and you've hit me because you don't want me to talk. You're really bad at your job, Von Karma. You know that? You failed to support your own theory. My lies are triumphant! The end. Yeah, that's the second time you've done it. Kind of has the whole grandiose aspect of it completely removed. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place, except for all of the motive she has. Furthermore, there's no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan, except for the fact that she kind of wants the daughter of her sister to go down so that her line of the family can take over the family business and become all that, you know, rich and powerful and get all of the revere and love and stuff. If you'd let me explain, I could tell you. You don't even have any truly decisive piece of evidence to destroy. Really? I don't. I really don't. You think that? So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. You are stupid and I hate your freaking toothpaste hair. What happened? I thought I had her. See? Like it's just as I'd like told you. And my frequent mood swings and change of personality midway, that doesn't mean anything. I hope you like your slice of humble pie. Uh-huh. Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination of all this noise. Don't worry, someone's gonna chime in with something. Hold it! Mia? Your Honor, please, allow the defense 1 more minute. All right. That was easy. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Rise from the ashes. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. No more so than any of the other ones I've seen. But you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Trained for it? Listen, Phoenix, everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it's also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. That was like 20 seconds. Your final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? I believe I can. Can I really do this? Well, Mia believes in me, and she's really good at this. So I'm gonna say, yeah. I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must do this. That's right, Phoenix, only you can do this now. All right. I'll show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive. Too bad, you're too late. My cross-examination has already ended. Ow! Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side, making me get away with my crime. Ah! Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down. Good. Your vanity and Schadenfreude is playing into my favor. And I don't care if you are my witness, so help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way. All right, well, there you go. The court will take a 5-minute recess. Yay! We will cross-examine the examination. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Wait a second here. I want to play on the monkey paws. And so he did.